this is a critical issue to us. This is the first administration in which we have not gotten at least an extension as we try to figure out a long-term solution to the problem, and it's unacceptable. And so at this point, we have tried the nice way. At this point, we're going to have to look at what our options are on nominations and other things. So I just hope we can get there and get there quickly, because there's a real consequence to New Jersey hospitals and to the people who have to attend it. Let me just ask you this. A federal judge in California has ordered the administration to take responsibility for all children who were separated from their parents at the U.S.-Mexico border and placed with relatives or sponsors after July 1st of 2017. The order comes on the heels of a January Inspector General report of the department that found there were thousands more children separated from their parents than the 2,800 that are already acknowledged by the administration. Independent of the IG report, were you aware of other children who may have been separated outside of the 2,800 reported to the federal court?
So HHS's ORR program always receives children who are separated because DHS will set first. They're separated because
I'm talking in this time period. I'm talking about the specific set of circumstances. I'm not talking about generic.
No, but that would be subject to the court's order. There are always children who are separated and sent to us by DHS because the DHS checks on the putative parents. They find them not to be parents. They find the parents to have committed felonies that are covered by the TVPRA. Or there may be another child welfare.
Thousands weren't sent because of felonies. Let's not get into that.
And again, the IG speculated that there may have been thousands, not that they found them. But what we're working with the court on is the question. Every child that was in our care as of June 26, when the court's order was in the original class and is accounted for in terms of where they are and where the parents and reconnection, except for we have 4 that remain to be connected, and that's one because
when were you
they're in custody.
aware of those cases?
Of which cases?
Outside of the 2,800?
Probably in the context of either the IG's report mentioning that, but also I became aware later in the course of these controversies that there had been some effort in 2017.
Before the IG's report, you were not aware?
No, I'm not saying that. I can't remember when there was public reporting or discussion about the fact that DHS had done a pilot or pilots of a zero tolerance referral policy that also led to separations. I was not aware of that at the time. I wasn't at the department for some of it, and then was not aware of it at the time.
I'm talking about the time period that you're in the department, Mr. Secretary. I'm not talking about some other time. Can you submit to me in writing what are the exact steps that HHS is taking to ensure that these families that have been separated are identified and reunified?
Well, here's what's important to remember. Almost every child that we put through a sponsorship program goes to a relative. So these children were not in our care as of June 26, 2017. They were placed with family members, and we will work with the court on appropriate procedures if by chance there is a parent who is not connected with their child. I'm not aware of it, but if there is, we will absolutely work to ensure that they're connected. These kids should be with relatives under almost every circumstance.
I'll reiterate to you my request. You're great as a lawyer. I happen to be a lawyer, too. I'm not going to let you burn all my time. My request is very simple. Will you submit in writing the exact steps that you're taking to ensure these families are identified and reunited?
I believe that's possible because it would be consistent with our status reports to the court.
In February 2018, when you appeared before the House, you told Representative Castor that you would instruct HHS agencies to conduct gun violence research. Last year, the FY18 omnibus included clarifying language that the Dickey Amendment does not bar the Center for Disease Control and Prevention from studying gun violence. Is the CDC conducting gun violence research?
So that is not, I believe, an accurate representation of what I actually said last year. What I said was what you unnecessarily, I think, clarified in the statutory language. I made it very clear that I saw nothing in the Dickey Amendment that would prevent or ban CDC from conducting research on violence, including gun violence.
Let me get to my question. Is very simple. Is the CDC conducting gun violence research?
We need Congress to fund that. If Congress wishes to fund that, CDC does not have a bucket of money like the NIH does for just general R01 peer review projects.
So the answer is no, and then you need money. Is that it?
If Congress wishes to fund gun violence research, we will faithfully implement it if it is funded at CDC.
Thank you.